everyone, welcome back. It is time to start your week off right with another wrestling review. This week, we're strictly keeping it over to the east. We are going to Japan. We got a couple of Japan reviews. We got Noah today, and later in the week, we got New Japan coming out as well. So we got a couple of Japanese wrestling reviews coming up for you. But tonight, we have Pro Wrestling Noah's Grand Ship, I believe it was called. With me once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, wrestling, everything in between. And if you haven't already, go and give this channel a sub. It doesn't mean much to you, but it means a lot to me. I've been putting a lot of more effort into this channel lately. And by you showing your support with a thumbs up or a comment or a subscribe, it really means a lot. So I can continue. It motivates me to put more content out for you guys. So with that out of the way, guys, welcome back once again, Pro Wrestling Noah. We have not done a Noah review since May.
A long time.
It has been. It has been. I've been trying to keep up on it. I caught up. I did watch most of the N1. I know you haven't.
I shan't.
At least I told you, at least watch the main event.
Yeah, eventually.
But I mean, it was good to get back to Noah. I forgot how fun this company can be.
Well, it's the best company.
Yeah.
No, it's legitimately the best company.
Yeah, production quality. Whoever that the ring announcer guy is, the guy with the great teeth.
Whoever films this, it should win an Oscar.
It's the best cinematography.
It's the best cinematography I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really good. And it's amazing how they can make a small arena look amazing.
It's all lights. They have the best lights.
Yeah.
The best quality spotlights in the biz.
The best cameras for sure.
The best cameras for sure. It just, they understand.
It looks,
yeah,
they understand production quality. And the reason why we went back to this show was we thought we haven't done one in a while. We had Jake Lee defending in the main event against Go Shiozaki, which was the N1 winner. So I thought it's a little relevant. It's a big match. We didn't review the Marufuji match against Will Ospreay, but that was fantastic. That match.
There was titles on the line left and right in this thing, so it was worth reviewing.
Exactly. So we'll get right into it. We are going to get our pre-show was Ozawa Stallion Rogers. What a great name. And Atsushi Kotoge and Saito against Uwada, Hiroki, Daiki, Inabe, and Mohamed Yone.
How do you have Yone against Saito? Like, you can't do that. They're a team.
They're stablemates, yeah.
How do you put them on for no reason? Just put them on opposite sides of this.
Yeah. But it was fun.
Yone is like the perennial wrestling pre-show guy.
Yes,
like, he's always on the pre-show for every
almost
event.
like a Toru Yano.
But Yano's not even on any of the pre-shows.
No, I think Yano's hurt though.
You know what? Eddie Kingston should be on the pre-shows.
Yes, Eddie Kingston should not be on any shows, let alone Champions.
I mean, he could be on the show.
Okay,
like, on the pre-show.
But whatever. But this was a fun match. It was a good little opener. Like, I know you're not a big fan of these multi-team matches if they don't mean anything.
Yeah, it's a pre-show match. I don't give a shit what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, I literally don't care at all.
But Stallion Rogers does get the pin in this. He goes over. They're really pushing him. They really want to push. They want Stallion Rogers to be like their Clark Connors type of, or their David Finlay.
Let him ride.
Like a stallion.
Exactly. This guy gets it.
This guy gets it. So with that, we're going into our next match. We got a couple of members of the good-looking guys, Yohei and Tedasuke against Ohara and Kondo. So
GLG is really over.
Yes, they are huge. They're one of the biggest factions. Like we said in the state a couple days ago, or last week, I should say, we didn't even know they broke up Congo.
Yeah, like all the way. We knew there was like turmoil and stuff was happening, but like they were all the way now. Keno is not even part of a faction.
Nope. And Soya's on his own now too. He's doing his own thing too.
Soya boy cuck.
Yeah.
Beta cuck.
MJF's favorite term. But it was good. I mean, Yohei, always good. Like, Yohei is like, yo.
Yohei, yo. Hey,
exactly.
Yo.
Yo, go.
Yogurt? Oh my God. They should get Yo with a guy called Gert and call him Yogurt.
Corn dog.
Okay, just shut up. We got to do the job. Wrestling.
wrestling. Let's get
they
back.
wrestled in this match. It was a half decent match.
Yeah, Yohei is always over.
Yeah,
it was good for what it was. Next we get another 6-man tag match. Once again, it's to put over the younger talent. You had Segura Soya and Kitayama against Segura Gun of Fujita, not Koze Fujita, but the other one. Hideki Suzuki and Taniguchi. Again, it's to put over the young guys. Taniguchi was the young guy here. Kitayama was the young guy. Segura is a legend, right? Like and this is setting up that again, Real. I think Soya will be joining Real.
Yeah,
it seems like
it would seem so, and that's not a bad move. I'll take that.
Yeah, factions are always a good thing. So with that, we're going to our main event, which these were pre-show matches that did not feel like pre-show matches. They were just like fun, good matches. Like
it flowed.
The only thing that it felt like was with Noah, the arena does not get full until like 2 or 3 matches into the card.
And okay, in the first match, I was like, "Oh crap, it's going to be awkward. There's going to be nobody here." By the third match of that was the third match of the pre-show, right? Yeah, I didn't even notice. I completely stopped caring because there's
no break. There was no break.
Yeah, and the way they do matches is just like you're fully engrossed in everything that's happening, even if it's a shit match. It's like there's just something about it that you can't stop watching.
So for me, like you started off with your first match, which was your, I would quote unquote comedy match.
Yeah.
And then you had your second pre-show match, which was a more cruiserweight, junior heavyweight type match. And then you had your third pre-show match, which is just your big hosses going at each other. So it has enough of a variety that it keeps you, like, you know what I mean? There's a flow to it that keeps you watch. It's not the same match. They're not going to put like 3 junior heavyweight matches back to back kind of thing.
Yeah, it's also not American style tiring commentary. It's like I said, it's filmed really well.
Yeah, even I don't know who the commentators are, but they're really, really good. Those British guys.
Yeah, they're gonna be on. They're gonna make the cut for the awards. All right,
I think so.
But yeah, but when the main show proper,
sorry about New Japan. Like the show we're gonna review later in the week. Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton, you could really hear it when they're not in the arena. It sounded so tinny.
I don't mind Kevin Kelly. I think Kevin Kelly has figured it out. Where early on when he had to do the call it in segments, it was like a little bit weird. He's figured it out. Chris Charlton is sitting in like a closet.
Yeah.
Because you can just hear him like echoing like crazy. Anyways, that has nothing to do with it.
That has nothing to do with it.
As long as we don't lose those two,
yeah,
I'm okay with however it sounds. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, yeah, because they're a good team.
But
bring in a little Gino every now and then, but
but this one, this show, getting into the main show proper, the arena properly filled up.
Yeah, it was Miyawaki against Daga in the opening match.
That's your boy,
Daga. Yeah, like he is on. They're really getting a push for this guy. He is the next challenger for the GHC Junior Heavyweight Championship. I'll just say I won't say who wins it, but I'll say he is the next challenger, and whoever is, Daga is going to be your new champion.
Oh, this match was a good start to the night. Yeah. It wasn't the best match, but it was entertaining. It was not long.
Yeah, I mean, you had a little botch here and there, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I would say it was okay.
It was a solid opener, a very solid opener. A good way you want to say.
When we go full lucha, it gets a lot more botchy.
Yes, there's the junior tag match that.
But however, we'll get there.
We'll get there when we do. But I mean, Daga is really a guy they seem to be pushing. A lot of companies have missed the mark on this guy.
Wasn't he in WWE?
No, he was married to Tessa Blanchard, though.
I swear, wasn't he a part of one of the big 3? Like, was he on Impact?
Maybe Impact. Maybe he was part of. Impact. I think he did a little run in Impact. Yeah.
Anyway.
He did a tour when Blanchard was in Impact. He was part of LAX with Santana and Ortiz. But
Daga's good.
Yeah, I think a lot of he lost a lot of momentum during the pandemic because he went back to Mexico and just kind of stayed there.
Well, he came back. Is he in GLG?
No, he's his own.
I thought he was in one of the factions.
No, he's his own. He's on his own.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, good for him. He this was a decent match.
Yeah, and it was really really good. So Daga, I think he's going to be your next GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion. We'll get to that later. Next we got Keno and Lance Anoa'i. This was Lance Anoa'i's goodbye match. Right away, my thoughts are he's joining Jey Uso.
Right away, my thoughts are, why have I never seen this guy wrestle? Because he's pretty freaking good.
He is literally a cross between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa.
He wrestled a pretty good match here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. I was not expecting it to be as good as him to be as good as he was.
Especially with no shoes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the shoe thing, but you know, he did.
But hey, if he joins up with Solo Sikoa, they can be the no shoes bros.
That's true. I'll go out on a limb here, and I will say that he is better than Solo Sikoa.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As an in-ring worker.
Yeah. I think now the budget cuts and the wrestlers seem to make more sense now. Is if they do want to bring in a guy like Lance Anoa'i, you know, they got to shell out the big bucks like they shelled out.
Aren't
the big
they trying
bucks.
to get that other guy too? Aren't they really pushing for the other brother?
Mm-hmm. The one that's in MLW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot his name, but yeah. But I mean, it makes sense now that they did all these cuts, because as soon like a week after they do all the cuts, they sign Jade Cargill.
Yep.
Which is probably not a small contract.
No, it's definitely one of the bigger women's contracts, which I'm sure ruffled some feathers over there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But staying with this.
Yeah. Decent match. Again.
Wait, who didn't even say who they wrestled?
Against Nakajima and Adam Brooks.
Listen, Adam Brooks sucks. Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean
but
to
say
say
had a legend.
Yeah. Nakajima's like really good. Like I'm obsessed with Nakajima at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Go are so sick together.
Mm-hmm.
But Keno is so good too, man. I forgot how good Keno is.
Yeah.
Like their top like 5 guys in this company are like legitimate wrestling superstars.
Keno, Kiyomiya,
Marufuji, and probably like Hayata, I guess. It depends.
Shiozaki.
Yeah, you could look at a few. You could go. I said go. You could look at a few. There's a few people you could probably put in that 5th spot, but like they're top heavy, man.
Yeah, like these guys could be stars in any company.
Any company.
Yeah, but yeah, Keno, like again, like we didn't really see a lot of him when we were watching it last year, early in the year, and now he's really starting. Like he's gaining momentum again. He had a really good showing in the N1.
It's just like I hear. And
I'll like I said, they go over this was Lance Anoa'i's goodbye match. So listen, speculation aside,
it was good. This was a really good match. Mm-hmm. When they started kicking each other, I was like, man,
they're going to take somebody's head off.
I felt so bad for Lance because the beginning of that sequence started with him getting the shit kicked out of him. And I was like, oh, man, this guy's taking it. And then once Keno came in, it was just like kick. I was like, what the?
Keno's got some of the deadliest kicks in the game.
Bro, they are loud, too. Those things pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This is to like go on what we were saying earlier. This is what makes Noah different. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's hard hitting in New Japan. Okay.
Yes.
And yes, AEW has a lot of spectacle to it. But this is just like a mix of like some of the hardest hitting fighting I've ever seen with all the spectacle.
I make mention that, and what I think it was this one here. This had like, or was it the next match? It had that old school All Japan feel to it.
Yeah, it was hard hitting, like real banger hits.
Like back in the tape trading days of the mid 90s, like, you know, and they were sending me, and I was getting stuff from All Japan, watching some of the old school stuff. It was just like, what the hell? Like watching like Stan Hansen,
Mazawa, and
Mazawa,
yeah,
Hayabushi,
bangers.
Yeah,
absolute bangers. Yeah, and this match was like, I was like, when I watched this, I think I messaged you, and I was like Noah's just the best.
Yeah.
It
I think
legitimately is.
I think they may be one of the top contenders for promotion of the year,
For sure.
just on production quality alone.
I'll agree, because WWE is worth probably triple as much as this company, 4 times, 5 times as much, and they don't even have close to the production quality that they have
Or
in
the type of
NOI.
matches.
Yeah.
Like these matches were all like just the variety of the matches. Like you get all your belts on one show. Like I don't know. It's I digress from this, but like Keno and Lance Hanawai go over. Brooks takes the pin. That's what he was there for, because you're not.
Hey, and
gonna
they mentioned Roman Reigns.
Yes, they did. So that's what makes me think that Lance is on his way to the
Hey, let him
WWE.
go, man.
Like they're gonna just have all the Samoans.
Yeah, well, if they end up getting Tongaloa and
And Tama Tonga.
Tamatanga, I mean, I don't think they're Samoan,
No, they're
but
from Fiji. They're Haku's.
yeah. Well, their
They're
names are literally Tonga,
Yeah.
which is a place. Nobody knows
Yes.
that. But yeah,
But I
so
mean, they can have like a whole Polynesian
yeah.
stable, and I don't mind that. Like
Hey, yeah, they might get Rikishi's
other son,
the other son,
the fourth son,
Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu is there.
He's there?
Jacob Fatu is Jey Uso.
No, what's that? Oh no, it's not Jacob Fatu. We had this whole talk last time.
Yeah.
It's we'll Google it later.
Yeah.
We literally had this exact discussion.
Yes.
I remember when he said Jey Uso, I was like, oh wait, this already happened.
It's Jake and Jacob, I think, or John and Jacob, I think the two RJ and Jimmy Uso.
No, his name is Jacob Fatu, the guy in MLW.
Is it?
Yeah.
Then what's Uso's real name?
I don't know, who cares.
Then
Jonathan.
And Jacob. No. Jonathan and
Jimmy.
no. Joshua.
Okay,
Joshua. You're right.
Okay, there you go.
You're right. It's Joshua and Jonathan. But we digress from that.
We digress.
Love it.
We literally, if you whoever finds that video, if you post in the comments what video that was, where we had this exact conversation, you win a prize.
Yes, please do.
You what it is.
You win a can of Red Bull.
I'll buy you a gift card.
Exactly. You heard it here first, folks. But yeah, I mean, it was a good match. Like I said, Anoa'i and Keno get the win over Adam Brooks, because Adam Brooks was there to take the pin. Goodbye to Lance Anoa'i, and I think he's on his way to
he's
WWE.
on his way.
I think so. With that, we're going into a 6-man tag. Kiyomiya, Eita, and Ryohei Oiwa.
Ryohei Oiwa?
Like, when I saw him, I'm like, whoa, he looks a little different. He grew his hair out a bit, and he's not wearing black trunks. So that means, is Noah his excursion?
I don't know if it's excursion. It's alone. I think it's alone.
Okay. But when he comes back, he's not going to be a young lion anymore. He's going to be a full-on character, because he's already wearing the trunks.
Yeah, they might. He has blue trunks, right? I think
like 3/4 pants.
Yeah. I think they might send him out to do some lucha stuff. He might go out to Mexico for a bit, because they just signed that deal. For anybody who knows, for anybody who doesn't know, MLW, CMLL, and New Japan signed a new agreement. By the way, also to tie into this, WWE just signed a huge deal with Abima for the Japanese TV rights.
Abima, like Pro Wrestling Noah. Abima.
So what's his name? Muda made a little joke saying, or Mudo made a joke saying, maybe him and Triple H should work together, since they both work for the same company now. And he's like, I'll get Triple H some sushi.
They already have a working relationship, because they lent out Nakamura to.
Yeah, so there's always potential for that.
Oh, can you imagine it? I want to see a tag.
I could imagine, because I know what would happen. They'll either get sent there and misused, or there'll be a pay-per-view where only the WWE guys win.
But I want to see a Kiyomiya Nakamura tag team.
I just want to see Nakamura fight another Japanese wrestler in a Japanese way. You know,
can you imagine like Nakamura and Keno?
Just put Nakamura and Tozawa together against
Jake
Keno
Lee.
And yeah, there you go. You're thinking. Okay, we're off topic.
Yes.
Get excited though.
But what we can tell you is false is Tony Khan buying New Japan.
Yeah, he's not buying New Japan, man.
No.
There makes no sense.
False. No, it wouldn't make sense. They already have a good working relationship.
Yeah, and it's just more stuff he has to do. You don't need that any more than that.
No. So I mean, Kiyomi, Oiwa, it was so, and it's up against Marufuji, Ogawa, and Leona.
Okay,
And
first of all, heel Marufuji is my jam right
top
now.
notch, yeah.
When did he turn heel?
Who cares?
And what's the guy's name? Not the old guy, old dude,
Ogawa?
skinny old dude.
Ogawa.
Ogawa, yeah.
Yeah.
When did Ogawa and Eita turn on each other? I know they lost the titles when they were
Yeah,
the
they lost the
champion.
titles and they were kind of like, remember they were like, Eita was like kind of joking around and like he was slapping him around kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's like, there was so much we missed since that happened,
Yeah, like
right?
I was
So
like, oh shit. But you know what? Yo, dude, he's like 58 and he goes.
yeah, he goes.
Like, and this is the thing I wanted to say. I remember because I think we talked about it last
Yes.
time. When Ogawa is moving,
Mm-hmm.
he's not like the other old man wrestlers.
He's quick.
Runs. He's literally
quick.
running. Like when he runs the ropes, he runs the ropes.
Yeah. There's no half-assing it for him. There's
Good
no
for him, man.
Yeah.
And I think he's got to be one of the first wrestlers, at least that I know of, that used to be heavyweight and dropped down to junior.
To a junior. Yep. And it's also good for Eita, and it's good to see. I think this is the reciprocation of Kiyomiya in the G1. Let's lend out Oiwa and have him have a run with Kiyomiya.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I don't know. I don't know if Eita is still signed to Dragon Gate. I don't know for sure, but
I think he still is. Yes.
Dude, when Marufuji pulled his shirt over his head and hit him, oh my god! Listen, Keno's kicks are some deadly ass kicks, but Go and Marufuji's chops are like on a new level.
Yeah. Like I felt them, like even like so what I do is when I watch these on my lunch break at work.
He takes his shirt off and he slaps himself.
I slap myself. My boss is looking at me like, what's going on? No, but I have I'm watching it on my iPad and I have my headphones on and everybody's looking at me because when I'm watching this match, I'm just like, ooh. Like, you know what I mean?
He's sitting there with his shirt off, slapping himself. His boss like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm beating off. Anyways,
I digress.
But I can imagine it because like I was like, whoa, when he pulled the shirt over his head and did it, he fell, and I don't think that was kayfabe. I think he literally hit him so hard that he fell over. You literally
saw the handprint on Eita's chest, like it was. But that's the thing, right? They're not holding back, and I think that's what adds to the entertainment value, to the realism of the. Like we all know, wrestling is predetermined. It's an art form. It really is the art of wrestling. But these guys are taking that art form to a whole different level.
Yeah, I would say this is a lot more King's Road because it's very hard hitting and it's still very skilled. Like I said, there's a lot of skill, but it's less flippy dippy. Where New Japan, it is hard hitting, but it's a little bit more flippy than it is hard hitting. Right. And so I think there's like
makes sense.
There's a really good balance here though, because you get big guys, you get small guys, you get luchas, you get American wrestlers,
you get legendary talents against young up and comers. Like it's to put them over. Like it has a mixture of everything. And Kiyomiya and Oiwa go over. Good for them. Like it's like Kiyomiya needs a couple wins after taking that loss in the G1.
I like that team. That's a good three-way team right there.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they'll make their way back to New Japan and challenge for the trios.
Is Kiyomiya in a faction?
No. I think he's on his own. So he was
Keno to team up.
He was in a faction, but I don't think he is anymore.
They're both the little blonde boys of pro wrestling.
Because we still haven't finished the what's it called? The story between Okada and Kiyomiya.
I don't know when that's gonna happen. That could be a trios match. Maybe it's gonna be Eita, Oiwa, and Kiyomiya.
Hey, why not? Then they can feud against Team Strong Style of Suzuki and Naito.
Ren Narita. GHC, they don't have a trios title.
No, they don't. No. But maybe they need one.
No, they got a good amount of belts.
Yeah. But speaking of belts, leads us into great segue there. Leads us into the first of 5 championship matches. That's right, 5 championship matches. Our first championship match is the members of Real, Timothy Thatcher and Saxon Huxley, against two members of GLG, our boy Jack Morris and Anthony Green.
I still don't have the faith in Saxon Huxley, but man, Thatcher is good.
Yeah, Thatcher's really good. Saxon Huxley reminds me a little bit of like a Bruiser Brody.
He looks
Brody,
like him.
And Brody Lee kind of like.
Also looks like him.
Yeah, bastard child of the two, and he kind of moves like him too. Like
he's kind of like Brody King, but less mobile.
And more
like
hairy.
He could still move, right? But he's not like, he doesn't have all of that arsenal of stuff.
Yeah. Thatcher is the technical guy and Huxley is the strong guy.
I still want Thatcher versus Sabre Jr. versus what's his face? Bryan Danielson.
Okay, I'll take that.
Versus Chad Gable.
Maybe we could get Thatcher, Chad Gable.
I'll watch that.
Thatcher
was in WWE, right?
Yeah, he was in NXT.
Yeah.
I think he was with one of those guys.
He's good.
Yeah, and he was good in this match again too. This was only their second defense, but they lose the belts to GLG. Surprising.
GLG's so hot right now, man.
Yeah, put all the gold on them. When we get to the main event, we'll talk about that. But yeah, they're on such a hot streak right now that it would be dumb not to put. But I mean, now you have built-in feuds. Like you got a faction against a faction now. You have Real versus GLG now, so you have a good feud happening.
And like you said, there's speculation that Real is going to grow. So that's
it could quite possibly. But this was another good match. Like it had a little bit of everything. It had technical, it had hard hitting, it had a little bit of high flying with Jack Morris and Anthony Green. Anthony Green is so fast.
Yeah, Jack Morris is really good too.
Yeah.
No relation to Zach Morris.
No, not at all. But they're both really quick. When I was watching them, I was like thinking to myself, I'm watching this normal speed, right? Not in 2 times speed, because that's how fast they were going.
Honestly, good match.
Yeah.
So far, I don't think there's been a bad match.
No, not at all. They've all been entertaining for what I've needed. So GLG are your new GHC tag team champions. And with that, we'll go into another tag team championship match, which is the vacant junior heavyweight tag team champions of Los Golpandores, Dragon Bane and Alpha Wolf, against Alejandro and the return of our boy, friend of the show, Ninja Mac.
Listen, number one, there was some botches here. I think a few of the 4 wrestlers got hurt a little bit. But it was so entertaining, I could care less.
Yeah.
It was so fast paced, and like I just have to continue to praise Ninja Mac. Like he's so fucking good.
Yeah, he is. And friend of the show. Remember to mention that.
Like really good.
No, he is. He's really good.
Alejandro was really good too, man.
And I've never seen these Golpandore guys.
Okay, but I like them already.
Yes.
And they're, spoilers, they win.
Yes.
4 tag team championships they have on them right now.
Yes. And they're a fairly new team, apparently.
Yeah, they're very young.
Yeah, but they are hot right now. And
they're gonna be really good.
Yeah,
like
they are a better version of what's it called? Those guys from NWA there. Faction 666 or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that what they're called? Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
But there was a spot where they jumped over the ropes into the over the guardrail into the crowd, man. And like, okay, this is the one thing I'll complain about. Whoever was producing or directing wasn't paying attention, and Ninja Mac was like setting up the railing.
Yes.
And they caught him on the camera angle, and I was like, oh man, because all they needed to do was cut away.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like, and Noah doesn't normally make those mistakes.
No,
either.
They don't. But I didn't care because that spot was crazy.
Yeah,
I rewound it like 5 times.
It's so different from watching that same, like when you're getting a Bobby Lashley match, or when you're getting a Brock Lesnar match, or a Roman Reigns match, a Kevin Owens match. You're going to get that barrier spot in the corner.
Yeah.
But here it's completely different. It's an innovative way. It's something new. It's something
he like
different.
threw him I don't even know. I can't even explain it. He like threw him over and like, I don't know, man. It was
literally flipped over. There was that spot in the corner where they kind of like did a flip over all each other. Like it was innovative. Like that's why, like, it's not like, for example, like when there's a multi-women's match in the WWE, it's like stop and go. This was just fluid. It went.
Yeah.
So when it's on the move like that, it's kind of like watching a Commander match. It's kind of like watching a Hijo del Vikingo match.
But when I watch Vikingo, and this is not disrespectful because we've learned that like shit, some of these guys are really good. Vikingo or Commander, it becomes a greatest hits every single match.
Yes.
Right? Like Vikingo is guaranteed he's gonna pull up the table and he's gonna do the 630 over the rope onto you. Ninja Mac is like a fresh match every single time I watch it.
Yeah, it's not a greatest hits. It's not the 5 moves.
Even when it is a greatest hits, it's done in an order that it doesn't feel like it's the same exact thing I just watched.
Yeah, it's like when, like, for example, like a Roman Reigns match, you're getting the Superman punch.
Yeah, and it comes all in the same order. It's like an Eddie Kingston match. You count down. He has 6 moves. You count them down as you get to the bar. You're like, oh, there's only a stretch plum or a pile driver remaining.
Left. Yeah.
He did 5 back fists already, so he's not going to do that again.
Yeah, he pulled the straps down already. So,
but you know what I mean. And I gotta give dude credit for that. And I want to see more, and I want it on a higher level.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Ninja Mac go on a junior heavyweight tag run, or maybe they win the belts back from these guys and have like a good back and forth.
Yeah. I'm okay with them as a tag team because I really like Alejandro.
Yeah, they work
too.
Like, because we've seen Mac and Alexander with Dr. Wagner Jr. as well in a trios match and multi-man matches. We've seen them with other wrestlers. I think we've seen them with Daga as well. So it's like, yeah, it was fresh. Like you said, the botches are not as glaring or as omitting as when it's like, when the move is set up, it's coming. Like, you don't know this move is coming. So even if it was, you won't care because it's something
and I find with lucha wrestling, you have to just learn to expect botches. Yeah. And there's a difference for me. There's certain matches where it's like, it happens. Obviously, you're watching AEW, Ring of Honor. Shit happens. CMLL. Yeah. When you're watching AAA and like every single match is this, that's when it's like, until you get to those final 3 matches. I remember
Ninja Mac is American.
Yeah, and
he's a Gaijin wrestler.
Good. He's very good.
Yeah.
I don't mean good that he's white. I mean he's very good.
He's a very good all 4 of them are really, really good. I want to see more from Los Gol Pendores and Mac and Alejandro as a team.
We're going to practice our Spanish.
Yes. And our Japanese.
Donde está los biblioteca?
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Hey, that's a good one. It's very useful. Better than finding a library. Than both of those are better than finding the library.
You gotta remember, my aunt's South American, so I gotta live
thanks.
My Uncle Frank's wife. Uncle Frank. The guy's a legend.
I met him once or twice.
Yeah, Uncle Frank's a legend.
I mean, there's a few Uncle Franks.
Yeah,
and only a few of those few are legends.
But my Uncle Frank is definitely a legend.
Oh yeah. The tall one. He's the tall one.
My dad, which is technically your Uncle Frank, he's a legend.
Yeah, he's one of mine.
He's one of those legends.
Anyways, we're digressing.
We got a lot of Uncle Franks in our family. It's just
there's a lot of Franks. There's a few Tonys.
A couple Johns.
Yeah, you gotta have a couple of those.
No Marios though.
No Luigis either.
Well, and I do in mine.
Okay, we'll allow it.
My father-in-law's a Luigi, so
I guess that counts. We're gonna count that. Can we get
that? Survey says one Luigi. Ding.
There you go. This is the one.
Okay, Chaz, I digress. Let's go back. We can't praise these 4 competitors enough. All 4 of them put on a fantastic show. I'd argue if it wasn't for some of the other matches on the show, this may have been the match of the night for me.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
But I mean, all these last 5 matches were fantastic.
Yes, this whole card so far was really good.
Yeah. I think it's also for us because it's very fresh, because we don't watch enough Noah.
But I feel like if I did, I would still like it. Like, I watch a lot of New Japan, and I still enjoy New Japan every time, right? there's points
But
of
now
like,
we understand the New Japan booking. We understand the New Japan style now. We understand their storytelling. So we can start telegraphing stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's true. And we're here. It's like the one thing I'll give myself credit for is I finally can put names to faces. Like
Yes.
there was that period where it's like, yeah, I didn't know who the hell anybody was. I just knew that guy was good and that guy was good. And now it's like I know that's
Yeah.
Nakajima and I know
Well,
that's
it's
like
like when we were
Ninja Mac.
talking about like a few months ago, you didn't know who Ogawa was. Like, what does Ogawa look like? But now you know he's the skinny old dude.
Oh, I just knew it was skinny old dude. I didn't know
Yeah.
what his name was. I thought he was Eita for the whole time.
Eita's the younger guy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I realized that after,
Nah.
but
I mean, I'm looking forward to many, many more matches with these two. Maybe go on a little excursion in Mexico, do a little run over there with
hey,
them.
yeah, I'll take
But
it.
speaking of Mexico, we are getting a full-on lucha match for the GHC National Championship. We got Psycho Clown against Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
I'm taking over here. Number
Before you
one,
do,
go.
this is kind of a revenge match because Hijo de Dr. Wagner, not Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., his father lost his mask to Psycho Clown.
Yep.
So take it away, Campo.
Number one, this is the best match I've seen Dr. Wagner wrestle.
He actually wrestled in this match.
He was very good. Like, actually very good. Number two, the story that's told throughout this match is excellent.
Yeah, the storytelling was fantastic.
The in-ring work, for the most part, was solid. Obviously, there's botches because it's lucha.
Yeah.
Psycho Clown is an absolute legend, and in the like 7 matches I've seen of him so far, I love him so much.
Yeah.
However,
this one was one of the best ones I've seen in a while.
For sure. He was annoying as hell, though. He just kept yelling
Viva Mexico.
Viva Mexico. Like, he said it like 17, 20 times.
Yeah.
It's like, do you not know any other words?
You're Spanish. You could say other words in Spanish. You know?
I know, but it was like, you know what I mean? Like, he could have said, like, I hate this guy or something.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
he could have called him Hijo de Puta Jr., you know?
Yeah. It was like, you, instead of trying to put over your company that you work with or yourself, you just kept trying to put over Mexico. Like, I'm so confused.
Dr. Wagner is from Mexico, too. You do know that, right?
I know, it's odd. But anyways,
I like the whole mask thing.
They told a full-on New Japan story here. It was an absolute beatdown from start to finish. There was blood. There was a ripped mask. There was like brutalization, some really good spots, and then boom, Wagner came back in the end and stole the show.
Yeah, when the referee was, because that they were talking it and they foreshadowed it throughout the whole match, saying that if Wagner loses the mask during the match, it's an automatic DQ for Psycho Clown. And the way they ended the match with Dr. Wagner Jr. taking the mask off of Psycho Clown and rolling him up for the pin without the ref seeing it was absolutely fantastic. Like, you know what? Let me pull out a little dick heel move and win this match.
Yeah, and then like shout out to his intro music again, like Psycho Clown with what is it, Three Dog Night? The show must go on. That's a banger.
Yeah. They paid the money to get that song, but I mean, this was a fantastic match. Like I said, this is in the couple years that we've been doing this and really, really watching. Like, I knew who Psycho Clown was. I kind of knew, like, he's
really popular, so people do know.
But in the last couple of years, I've only watched a handful of either of these matches, and I gotta say, by far, this was the best match these two have put on.
Yeah, both of them. Every match I've seen from both of them, this is the best one.
Yeah, he's part of a faction, Psycho Clown, right? There's like Murder Clown. There's like different clowns, right?
Yeah, there's Murder Clown and like Murder Clown 2, Viano 7.
Yeah,
there's a lot of numbers in AAA.
Yeah. So and there's a lot of juniors.
Yeah, there is. No, you know what? I think there's a lot of really good wrestlers over there, and I think that they can have really good matches, but I think that they really struggle to put together a quality show completely.
Yeah.
CMLL is a lot cleaner.
Yes.
And shout out to La Catalina.
As always,
she had her first championship match.
As always,
no spoilers. You can go figure that out.
Go figure that one out. Yeah, but Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. goes over in a fantastic match. Like,
she was in NXT, by the way.
Was she really?
Catalina Gomez, I think, was her name.
Really? Was she have a cup of coffee there for her?
I think she might have just been on Main Event, actually, or something like that.
Level Up.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, anyway, I digress.
Digressing.
we go to our GHC Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Hayata against Yoshioka. Again, like these guys, Yoshioka, I'm not really too familiar with, but this guy for me has come out of nowhere and like put on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
Like this was another fantastic. This was more of a junior heavyweight match as opposed to a lucha style match with more, like you call it, the flippy dippies, but like still a lot of technical submissions, like a lot of like back and forth chain wrestling. That's one thing I noticed Noah does that a lot of companies don't, is that chain wrestling.
Yeah. Well, it's like always Zack Sabre Jr. style.
Yeah.
Who did you think was gonna win?
I had no doubt Hayata was going over.
Yeah, I think you had to, right?
Yeah. Because it's going to set up Daga.
Yeah, and Hayata's really good.
Yeah.
And this is, so we talked about this already, but this was something too, because in the first like 3 or 4 Noah things we watched, Hayata was injured.
Yes.
So we didn't even know about him. And he came back. And who was the champion? Was it what was his name? He had that guy with the weird name.
Oh, give me a second.
That way that everybody says his name completely differently. He
Yes.
was really good though, and we thought, wow, this guy's really good.
Amaska.
We thought,
Amasuka.
wow, we thought he's very good, and then Hayata came in and just demolished him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, in the Green Journey, we didn't review that one. Oh no, that was the one we did review.
Yeah, we did review that one.
Yeah, that was our last review.
Hayata is. We watched something else after that, but we didn't review it.
Green Journey in Nagoya.
Yeah. And man, he's really good. I really like Hayata. I think that he's very skilled. I believe he's like a 5-time junior champion and like a 5-time junior tag champion. He won the junior league. He won the junior tag league.
Like, I mean, he's no Kanemaru, whose 2,000 day reign as GHC champ, but you know, almost 2,000 days.
I mean, Kanemaru's like a legendary junior wrestler.
Yeah, but he's no Roman Reigns.
No, you can't be.
But yeah, it was because some people call him Amaska, some people call him Amasuka, some people, that's the guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is going to set up Daga, and I kind of like Daga beating Hayata, because then you got another feud with Daga and Dante Leon.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, so Dante Leon lost when we started watching. Dante Leon was champion, and Dante Leon lost it to Amakusa.
Yep, we watched that one.
Yeah, the very first thing we watched, there was like a pre-show, and Dante Leon was the champion, but he wasn't. The match that he fought was not for the championship.
That was one of the first Noah events we watched.
Yeah, the match wasn't for his championship. He just was champion.
This is way back in 2022.
It was before the New Year one.
Yes, it was in December. Innovation, I think it was called, or something. It was right around the time we watched the Stardom event.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It was around the same,
because we ended up I don't think we reviewed either show.
No, we did that Stardom. That was the huge Stardom. Yeah,
that was the banger one.
Yeah,
we're digressing.
Yes. We're gushing about Japanese wrestling here. But I think Hayata winning is the right choice. The Hayata Daga match is a more sexy match than. Why would you change it to Yoshioka and then have him lose to Daga?
I mean, Yoshioka was good.
He was. Don't get me wrong.
I didn't think he was going to be that good.
But I'm still waiting for that 3-way match, the one we were promised all together again, between the All Japan champion and the.
I don't know why we're not getting it.
Maybe at the next All Together event. But we shall see. With that, we are going to go into our main event. We got our N1 winner, Go Shiozaki, challenging Jake Lee for the GHC Heavyweight Championship. And Jake Lee, we saw his debut with the company back in that Noah with the January event?
I think it was the New Year's.
Yeah, the New Year's show, right? Where he debuted, because for the longest time he retired. He started in All Japan. He went into MMA for a bit. He retired for a few years, and coming to Noah was his return.
And now he's the face of GLG.
Yeah. So he is such a great talent. Like, and if it wasn't, like I said, this was for me match of the night. But like I said, if it wasn't for that, you know, the like if it wasn't for this match, that tag match, the junior heavyweight tag match would have taken the cake. But
This match
wow,
was so good, man. You know who
what
we
a
didn't see tonight? Sugo. We did not see Sugo.
no, we did not. Pasta sauce there.
Yeah, anyway, sorry. But yeah, this match was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Go Shiozaki is so good, and it's like it's so funny because they treat him like he's like very old. He's like 41.
Yeah, he's not that old. Like,
You know, like none of their old guys are that old. Mary Fuji's like
except
45,
Ogawa.
I think. Yeah, well, he's really freaking old.
He's like 60, but
Actually,
he can still wrestle circles around.
The other guy, I can't remember his name, that was in Congo, the one that was like the MMA style fighter. He
Yeah,
was really old. He was like 50 something, like late
and then there was
50s.
that S&M guy.
Yeah, S&M guy, exactly. Um,
But yeah, these guys left it all on the table. Like you could tell this was probably Shiozaki. It's kind of mirroring, I guess, Naito's run.
I
That
don't know
this
because
could be
Keno is their Naito, but
I would compare Keno more to Okada or Tanahashi.
I don't know. But it's okay. Either way, um, Go is not done yet.
No, he's got at least a good 3-4 years left in him. I think he's got another run.
Yeah, this is a put over to start a feud, I think, so where eventually he's gonna win the title.
Yeah. But you can't take it off of GLG right now.
No, but
GLG is way too hot. Jake Lee is way too hot. He is your most over wrestler in the company right now. I would say him, Marufuji, and
it's the same guys we said: Shiozaki, and Keno and Kiyomiya.
Like those are your guys, and that's who you're building your company around. Like, tell me, like how perfect, if you want to bring in a foreigner, would someone like a Mustafa Ali fit into this company?
I think still Shelton Benjamin is the perfect person for this company.
He's
Mustafa Ali would work.
Yeah, but he's a name. Shelton Benjamin is a name. It's a high profile name,
and he's a big muscly guy.
Yeah, he'd be huge compared to some of the other guys in the company. So
Noah is a lot more steroidy looking than
very barrel is. Like a lot of the older wrestlers have that throwback 70s 80s barrel, not cut, but like the wide chest, the barrel chested guys. Like
New Japan is a lot of like lean guys and like kind of fat guys.
Ishii.
Yeah, but then you look at Noah and everyone's like jacked.
Yeah.
They're roided out, but it's okay. That's what wrestling's all about.
Exactly. Tell me a good story in the ring and I'll be happy.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know, man. This is a good match. I think for now you're gonna see the storyline build well. Nakajima and Shiozaki win tag titles because I think they're definitely giving them tag titles. And then it's going to come around to Go fighting for
because think about it. Who's your champions right now? GLG.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there's a story to be told there too, where at some point Marufuji gets one more run with the title.
Okay.
I think that's going to happen. I think
Keno
so is going to get one too.
Yeah, because that's your next feud. At the end of the match, Keno challenges Jake Lee, which I think we need to review that show just because it's going to be Keno versus Jake Lee.
I mean, it's going to be a good show, so I'm not against it.
So, with that, what would you rate this show?
No, you have to go first.
I gave this a 7.7.
I want to give it an 8, but I feel like I just can't give it an 8. I'm going to give it a 7.9.
Okay.
Fair enough. I really wanted to give it an 8 because I don't care if anyone watches this and goes, I didn't really like this match. I didn't really like this match. There's 0 bad matches here.
Yeah.
And it was so thoroughly entertaining from start to finish.
It's not just so much, like you said, it's not so much the matches. It's all the atmosphere around the matches. The commentators getting excited, like the amount of excitement in the commentator's voice. Like when we watch an Impact event and we hear Tom Halfinen and Matt Raywald getting excited for the match, it adds to it. And when these guys are yelling and screaming and getting excited for like a pile driver, it gets you more invested in the product as well.
They have a really good banter.
Yeah. And it's genuine. It's genuine. When Michael Cole gets excited, you know it's fake excitement.
All of that. The only place where you see this kind of banter, and it's not even to knock New Japan because I like Charlton and Kelly, but when they go to commercial breaks on AEW and you hear them talking like between each other about wrestling, like that's what I'm there for.
Yeah.
I don't like the fake front that they put on once the commercials are over, but those commercial breaks when they're chirping it up on like the British feed is like, I really like that.
Yeah.
And they have that here. They have a good combination, I think, of everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Impact is going to be a hard one to beat this year, I think, in terms of their commentators.
Even just promotion.
Just period. But like their commentating team is really strong this year.
Yeah. They've we said this year was the year for Impact to really shine, and I really think they've done that this year. But
and we were scared. We said this 100 times, but we were scared in the beginning because they came out really limp.
They had some stinkers early on, but they've redeemed themselves this year. Like their 1000th anniversary show was fantastic. You know, like the last couple pay-per-views have been not amazing, but really solid matches. Like you said, the commentary adds to that. And I think that's exactly what Noah is right now, too. Like Noah has that, like Noah, I would say maybe give it a year, 2 years, they could be on par with New Japan.
Especially if they keep working with everybody, if they have a good working relationship, because apparently they're starting to talk to Impact and AEW as well. So if they hook up with one of these American companies, plus like working with All Japan and New Japan,
is now with WWE, right? So
let's see,
a Drew McIntyre and Noah.
I would love that. That's my dream is for Drew to finally give up on WWE and go to Japan, anywhere. I don't care where, just do it, because he is the perfect gaijin that New Japan like jizzes over.
Yeah. He's tall, he's muscular, he's strong.
And he can wrestle. He can go on a 1,000 match winning streak, and then he'll get all the way up to fighting
Jake Lee.
Whoever Jake Lee, and then it's like, I mean, Jake Lee won't be champion probably,
but I mean, you got Nakajima, you got Marufuji, you got like Keno, like
it'll be a young guy. It'll be like Kiyomiya. They're smart. They don't use those big guys to put.
No, but I'm just saying that'll be the stepping stones for McIntyre. He's going to defeat the Nakajimas, the Marufujis. You know what I mean? He's going to defeat all these legends.
Oh yeah, he's going to run through everybody to get to that final boss.
And it'll be, like you said, it'll be a young guy like a Kiyomiya that'll
or an Oiwa.
Yeah. So it's like there's so many sexy options with that.
Whoa.
And what if Shelton Benjamin is in New Japan too? Like, can you imagine, like, you know, even just getting a gaijin match of Benjamin versus
together?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. But with that out of the way, guys, did you? Most likely you didn't, but if you did watch the Noah show, let us know what you thought in the comments down below. Like I said, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to this channel, because helping me helps you out, because you get more of this content right here. So with that out of the way, guys, tune in later on this week. We will have our New Japan review, Destruction in Kobe. It was a solid show. We're sticking with the Japan theme this week. So in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.